Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing y'all my very highly requested baddie makeup tutorial. If you girls are having trouble with your base, then this video is for you. I'm going to be showing y'all all my tips and tricks. So let's stop all this talking and let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first order of business is skincare. I only use 3 products, but these 3 products go a long way and they help my skin look super good. It literally looks like a filter. So if you guys have dry skin, I feel like you guys should follow this step by step. This is what helped my makeup look hydrated and not patchy, because when I first started doing my makeup, girl, best believe it was super patchy. So first I just did this glycolic acid by The Ordinary. This is not necessary. I just put it on because I saw a difference in my base when I started using this. But really, the 2 most important things you need for your base is a good facial moisturizer and a good eye cream. So I use this Beauty of Joseon. It's a Korean skincare brand. You can find it at TJ Maxx. I've seen that they carry this brand a lot now, and I find it very helpful. So go hit up TJ Maxx and get you one of these. Okay, so after that toner, I just put on this La Roche Posay Double Repair Face Moisturizer, and you're literally not gonna believe how freaking hydrating and soothing and calming this moisturizer is. It's literally no joke. It's a bit on the expensive side for a moisturizer, but I think it was worth the $30. Honestly, it feels so good. Okay, now after that, I just do the eye cream and I put it under my eyes, obviously. And then here. And if you guys have like an eczema level of dryness, consider putting Aquaphor on your problem areas. I know Aquaphor is not really intended for your face. I know there's a balm that I think you could use on your face, but yeah, I saw this video of this girl putting Aquaphor on her T-zone and her makeup looked great. Okay, now that I have my skin prepped, I start doing my eyebrows, and recently I've been using a brow pencil rather than black eyeshadow, because for the longest time I was using black eyeshadow from my Nikita Dragon palette, and just with the really light hand I was doing my brows. Don't worry, they looked great, but I thought that maybe I needed to switch up my eyebrow routine because I felt like they were starting to look a little bit too 2016. So I started doing a more natural brow, and I really love it. So I just used this Seibella brow pencil in the color Deep Brown, and I just literally outline my brows the natural shape of it. I don't do anything less or anything more than just outlining my natural shape and then just going over those sparse spots. And it should start looking like this. I do have an issue with this brow. What is on my eye? Okay, anyways, I have an issue with this brow. I don't know why it's so hard to do. I'm thinking it's because I have it way too thin compared to this one. And then one of my biggest tips for girls that are just now starting to do makeup, do not touch the front of your eyebrow if you do not want it to look boxy. So what I do is just very lightly fill in the sparse spots and I just brush that up, and I don't touch the front at all. Okay, so I did the rest of my brows, but now we're gonna conceal them, and I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And recently I bought this ColourPop one, which is way too dark, so what I'm gonna do is mix the two for the front of my brow, and then towards the end I'm gonna go for a lighter shade for a highlighted brow. And you guys are gonna love how that looks. So basically I just put a little bit of here towards the front, and then now towards the end I do the Tarte Shape Tape right there. Okay, so now I just use this concealer brush. Let's carve my brows. Okay, so I did under my brows, and now we're gonna repeat the same thing on the top part of my brows. But the only difference is you're gonna use your foundation. You want that foundation to be the same shade as your forehead. If you do a light concealer and you do your foundation on top of that, it's gonna look like a mess. Okay, so I concealed my brows. It does look super light, but please trust the process. Once I do bronzer and all of that, it's just gonna look chef's kiss. So now I just blend it out with that same buff brush from earlier. And yeah, I use the Fenty Beauty foundation. It's so good. It's my holy grail, and I use it in the shade 225. Now, after I blended it all out, I go in with my One Size powder in the shade Translucent, and I just use any little brush to pack it onto my eyelid. Now we are gonna do some NYX brow glue. I love it so much. If you have problematic brow hairs that like to stick up like wires throughout the day, you definitely need this. Thankfully, my eyebrows are on the thinner side, so I don't have to worry about my hairs going up. So I just use a little bit, and I do like these front pieces to kind of look crazy. I think it's cute. It looks natural when you do that. So yeah, just put that back. And this is how the brows look. Not too bad. They're definitely not twins, they're sisters. So I'm just gonna use this Ace Beauty bronzer palette in the shade, doesn't have a shade, Bronzed in Paradise. I just use the two lightest shades, and I put that on my crease. Then I go into the second to darkest shade, and I put that on my outer corner, and I kind of just blend that in. It should look something like this. I may or may not add a deeper shade later because I feel like it's not dark enough for me. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a very light wing. I say that, but then I do my inner eye corner wing, and then I kind of have to go extra on the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna show you guys how I do my eyeliner. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in the shade Black or Deep Black. Yeah, black. And honestly, if you know, you know, it's not always gonna come out the same. So it's a hit or miss with eyeliner. Basically, you just make sure you wipe off a lot of eyeliner, because once you put your eyeliner on, there's no going back. So I do like to angle my eyeliner. So I like to do this. So I like to go based off where the end of my brow is. So I am gonna go up, small strokes, okay guys, because if not you're gonna make a mess. I did a small little line, and I'm just gonna start at the middle of the line and then go down at an angle. So that's the middle. And then you just connect it. And as you can see, it looks a bit odd, so I'm gonna go up higher. Okay, it should look something like that. You put this line really close. It's optional to go back and dip for more eyeliner, but you're more prone to mistakes that way. You can breathe now because your eyeliner came out amazing. If you guys want an in-depth eyeliner tutorial, let me know, or like an in-depth eyebrow tutorial. I do not mind doing more in-depth than this. Look, I'm literally sweating from the eyeliner. The whole eyeliner situation literally made my upper lip sweat. Okay, I literally almost lost my marbles like a million times, but after literally not breathing for like 2 minutes, I finished my eyeliner. But I want to do my inner eye corner liner. Okay, so I just very lightly dip my applicator in the eyeliner, and I kind of flick my wrist out, and then I connect it from this little, here, let me just show you because it's kind of hard to explain this. Okay, very subtle. And then I'm just gonna connect it from under. All right, so I finished the eyeliner. It doesn't look the best, but I feel like this is the closest I can get. Now I just go in with my lash curler, and then this Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. It's so good. I love it. It's my new favorite mascara. So yeah, you guys should know how to do mascara. Okay, I did my mascara. I'm really contemplating the lashes. Do I want to do clusters or do I want to do halflings? I think I'm going to go with the halflings. Okay, let's go over the tips for lashes. So, my biggest tip for strip lashes is cutting them down or measuring them before you even try putting them on your eyelids, because trust me, it's you're setting yourself up if you just put them on the original length, because your eyes tend to be way smaller than the actual strip lash. So I usually just cut towards the end, never cut from the front because then it ruins the lash. So always cut towards the end of the lash, and make sure you're putting the actual correct side on your correct eye. There's a left and a right, guys. Always check that before you put that on. So yeah, after that I like to pulse the lash just for a little bit of a lift, because these tend to point downwards. And yeah, so yeah, this should be good. It should look curved like this. Do you see that? They're curved, and it helps you place them better. Okay, now I like to use some tweezers to apply them, and then I use the Duo Lash Glue with the brush. So I just put some. This is the most important step, guys. Do not forget this step. Don't apply the lash, the glue to the lash only. You need to apply it to your eye, just above your lash, and I like to put it towards the end. And yes, So always wait for, this glue is blue, but when it dries, it turns clear. So after you see there's no more blue on your lash, you can start putting the lash on. So I usually just fan it out for like 10 seconds and I'll show you guys once it's dry. Okay, the glue is semi-dry. Can you tell? It's just that little blue dot there, but that's good enough for me. So what I do, since these are halfling lashes, these need to go towards the end of your eye. So I place the lash first and then I adjust it. So after I place the lash, this is big, but please trust the process. Once I have my foundation and all that, it all comes together. So what I do is get the end of the lash and angle it with my eyeliner. Don't put it down, put it up. It gives you that cat eye effect. And yeah, it should look something like this. Okay, so I did the lashes. The eye section of the video is done. So now we're gonna move on to foundation. So first we're gonna start with the Fit Me foundation in the shade 128. And I do the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 225. So yeah, these two together, and then we blend that out with a beauty blender. I was doing a brush for the longest, but it just was not giving anymore. And I just used the Milani Make It Last spray, and I just put that on my beauty blender. And you know what? I'm actually gonna put it on my face as well. Okay, so now I just use a little brush, the same brush I used for my concealer. I used to apply this foundation. I do a very thin layer of this. I grabbed too much now, but that's okay. And I just put some here and here, just a small amount there. And then some above my lip. So now after that, I just go in with the Fenty Beauty one, and that one is gonna get the tiniest amount. And you see how much coverage there is with this one? Like I just applied some. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna start blending out with my beauty blender. I just love how these foundations work together. I forgot primer. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry. It's okay. It happens, you know? Let me show you what primer I usually put on though. I use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's so good. But now I just go in with the Fit Me contour stick and I just apply a good amount. Don't be scared to contour your head. And some here. Guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie, I took off all my foundation and restarted just so I could put the primer on. And now I'm gonna start my concealer process. One thing I forgot to mention is that you guys need to make sure that you avoid your under eyes when you're applying your foundation, because if you don't and you put your foundation under your eyes and then proceed to put concealer on, it's gonna look like a hot mess. So first, let's go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, and I just apply that right here. It's pretty dark. I told you guys this already, but it's okay because I mix it with my other concealer. I put that Tarte Shape Tape concealer right on top, like this. And then I just use the Morphe M131 concealer corrector brush. It's amazing. It's fabulous. I just bought it. A little spray on the Milani Make It Last, and I'm just gonna tap that, and I'm gonna start from the outside and then go towards the inside. Avoid that eyeliner because then you're gonna have to restart it. Okay, after I've done that, I go in with my beauty blender and just pat that. And I don't like that my eyes don't look super, so I might go in with some more concealer, honestly. Some lighter concealer towards the inner part of my eye. Okay, so I went in with more concealer and I feel confident now. So what I do before setting my face is make sure that you blend out your concealer evenly, and just make sure there's no creases, because if you just let it sit and you don't blend it, obviously you're gonna crease. I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just gonna very quickly do this, and then I dip it, and then I just press it in, okay? Just press it in like so, and then just repeat the same thing over on this eye. I don't even blink, I just put it on. And I thought that I should mention that I am against baking. Baking gives you flashback Mary. You don't want flashback Mary. So I just press the translucent powder in where I put foundation, so that's obviously all over my freaking face. So I just do that like so, literally all over. So now that I've done the Laura Mercier, I go in with my one size powder. You guys are like, oh my gosh, that's so much freaking powder. But I promise you that in the end, it's gonna be so freaking worth it. Like, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, Ingrid, thank you so much. Like, you gave me the best hack ever. I just go in on my oily, problematic areas, and I just put that one size powder. Okay, so now that we did the powder part of the makeup tutorial, we can start doing bronzer and contour. Okay, so I just go back in with that Ace Beauty bronzing palette, and I do the second to lightest shade. Don't use too much, and you just follow that natural line of your nose. Probably press that in, don't drag it, because that is exactly how you remove your foundation, even though it's not going anywhere because of that powder situation. But now I go into the second to darkest shade, and I just go under my nose. Okay, now I kind of just squeeze it, and then I do this. And then some under it. This is for the button girlies. So now that I did the outline, you can start blending it out with your buff brush. I just blend that out. That way it looks really seamless and not harsh. And then now we are just gonna go in with these two shades, and we're gonna do our bronzer. I try to stay away from the center of my face because then it looks like a hot mess. So I just stick to right here. I go up a little bit, and yeah. I really love this bronzing palette. It's so freaking good. And then now I go into the second to darkest shade and do my forehead. I stay away from the middle part of my forehead, and I just do the sides. So it should look something like this. Do the second to darkest here. And then here. Something I like to do is do some faux freckles. I feel like it adds so much character. I just do something light and then a little fake mole or beauty mark. And it should look something like this. And then I just go over the freckles with that same powder puff. And you should look like this. Now blush. For blush today, I'm gonna do the Juvias Place Blush Rogue in volume 4. It looks like this. It's so freaking pretty. You have to have a really light hand with this blush because it's super, super pigmented. So I literally just do a 1, 2, and then tap, a lot of tapping. And then I still do this because look at the pigment. You're joking. Wait, can you even see it? Can you even see it on camera? Maybe a little more. Maybe I was exaggerating just a little bit. But yes, I just stick to the top here. And then some on my nose. And some here. And this is what it should look like. Super cute. Spray the base down with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It smells so good. This smells expensive. After that, I go in with my NYX Professional Eye Pencil in the color black, and I just tightline my eyes and I put it on my waterline. And this is what ties in the whole feline cat eye makeup look. Oh my gosh, I poked my eyes so bad. Please, please God, no. So after that, I am just gonna do my lip combo. I do the NYX Professional Lip Pencil in the color Nutmeg. What I do is go in with my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Madrid. I'm sorry, Madrid. And I just tap this and do this. It might be too red for my liking, but I can go back and take it off. So yeah. It should look something like this. Okay, so I fixed my eyeliner and I fixed the little mess I had going on my lips. But now I just go in with the Milk Makeup Highlighter. My nose is running again, sorry. Okay, Milk Makeup Highlighter, and I just put the teeniest amount on my nose and on my nose bridge. And I just tap my fingers on to the product and I just dab it and put some here. What I do is go in with my Becca highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. And I can't open it. Okay, just my little highlighter brush, and I dab the tiniest amount and put it on my nose. Just the tip of my nose. And then brow bone, and then some here. And yeah, so now I'm just gonna go back in with my Tarte lip palette actually, and I'm gonna do a little bit more shadow because I am not happy with how dull it looks. It's not as dark as I want it to be, so I just went in with this shade right here. Now I'm just gonna go in with a small little brush, and I'm gonna do the bottom of my eyes. I'm gonna use that dark shade, and I'm just gonna smoke this out a little bit. Wow, my under eyes look amazing. Look how good my under eyes look. I'm so proud of myself. And I'm just gonna put the tiniest amount of mascara And then now, just to really seam in the concealer, I just go in with my Fit Me pressed powder and then just go under my eyes. And let me just blend this out a little bit. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is how my makeup turned out. I really love the way it came out. It looks very cat eye, very Victoria's Secret vibes. Well, maybe a little bit more dramatic than Victoria's Secret, but I know that the girls that love a dramatic look are gonna eat this up. So please, if you guys love this video, please just like and subscribe. I feel like a bad bee, but bye.